Hello, everybody. Here are my three audience members. So, over the course of the past 35 years, our planet has shown some of the hottest temperatures ever recorded in history. The polar ice caps and Arctic glaciers are melting at an alarming rate. And the worst part is the human population is primarily responsible for this epidemic. Unless we come together and find an effective solution to the global warming crisis, our days of living comfortably on planet Earth could be numbered. Hello, my name is George Martinez, and today I will be informing you on the effects of global warming. The topics that I will be going over are what is global warming, how it is caused, the dangers of global warming, and how we can help reduce it. So let's start with what global warming is and how it is caused. To put it simply, global warming is an increase in the Earth's temperature due to an increase in greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, that are trapped in the atmosphere. The Earth's temperature is maintained through a process called the greenhouse effect. When this happens, the heat caused by sunlight is absorbed into the ground. And so here we have our diagram. It's absorbed into the ground and gets trapped in our atmosphere. And then it blocks it from leaving the atmosphere, creating a continuous warming of the Earth. The increase in the production of greenhouse gases since the Industrial Revolution has dramatically enhanced this effect. In the U.S., the power plants that burn fossil fuels, such as coal, are the greatest source of greenhouse gas pollution. Automotive emissions are also a large contributing factor as well. Due to the increase in greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, less and less infrared radiation is escaping through and back into space. This causes more radiation to be trapped and therefore increases Earth's temperature and the risks to human health and life. So unless a solution can be found to properly deal with global warming, the Earth's population may soon come to experience extreme weather and adverse living conditions. Here's why. If the Earth's temperature continues to rise to a high enough point, the planet may soon become inhabitable for human life. An article from the Columbia Encyclopedia states, some projected longer-term results of global warming include melting of polar ice, with a resulting rise in sea level and an increase in coastal flooding. Global warming can also be linked to extreme weather. With the temperature rising, the human population can expect to experience more intense heat waves, longer droughts, and heavier rainfall. The ocean will also experience an increase in temperature. When this happens, the occurrence of tropical storms and hurricanes will greatly increase. An article from the International Encyclopedia of Environmental Politics suggests the possibility of increased frequency and severity of natural disasters, in particular windstorms and flooding, is awarded. The impacts will have significant consequences for human societies across the globe. As a society, we are all able to play a part in reducing our carbon pollution and helping to reduce global warming. Various governments are already doing their part to help reduce global warming on a large scale. According to an article from the U.S. National Resources Defense Council, in 2015, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency pledged to reduce carbon pollution from our power plants by nearly a third by 2030 through its Clean Power Plan. In addition, the Obama administration donated $3 billion to the Green Climate Fund, which is an international organization dedicated to helping poor countries adopt cleaner energy technologies. The most important thing that we can do as a society to help reduce global warming is to reduce our dependency on fossil fuels and start leaning towards cleaner forms of energy. Solar and wind power are healthier alternatives to using fossil fuels. You can also shift to a more fuel-efficient vehicle, such as hybrids and smart cars, to reduce the automotive emissions that are put into the air. Reducing our water usage lowers the amount of energy used by water treatment plants, which would help reduce carbon emissions. So today, you've learned a little bit about the dangers of global warming. Let's briefly discuss the topics that I went over. We went over what global warming is, how it is caused, the dangers of global warming, and how we can reduce it. As of right now, the human population only has one habitable planet. Until others can be discovered, we must all contribute to taking care of the one that we do have. Since the human race is primarily responsible for the damage to planet Earth, it is up to us to ensure our own survival and help save it. Now is the time to take action. So this concludes. We're going to go to our Q&A section. So let's start with the first question. Yes.
So what can I as an individual do to reduce the greenhouse gases?
Well, so he asked, what as an individual can he do to help reduce global warming? So to that, I'd say don't drive as much. Carpool with friends to work. Ride a bike if you can. Take public transportation. You can also reduce the amount of electronics you have on at any given time. You can turn your lights off when you're not home, an easy one. And keep your central heating and air units at an acceptable level. Next question.
Do you think with the rising sea levels, you think global warming plays a part in this?
Yes, I do. Because when the Earth is heated, of course, our ice caps are going to melt. And that's going to contribute to the total ocean level, which will pose a problem for coastal cities sooner than later. Next question. Yes?
So do you think that this is just part of Earth's natural cycle? Or do you believe that global warming is playing a part in influencing or speeding up this natural process?
Okay. So the warming of the Earth is a natural process, but the greenhouse gases produced directly from human activity is exacerbating and speeding up this natural process. This creates problems in the form of threatening animal populations that can't adapt at the levels the temperature is increasing. And storms are getting more powerful, quicker, and we can create countermeasures to combat them. So this concludes. Thank you for your time.